Welcome to those of you here in person and those of you joining us online. My name is Courtney Kaysen-Mann. I am an audiologist here at Presbyterian Ear Institute. This is the 5th session of our audiology series. Today we are going to be focusing on over-the-counter hearing aids, prescription hearing aids, and appropriate fitting options for both. We'll start with reviewing the spectrum of hearing technology, discuss some drawbacks of over-the-counter hearing aids, talk about the benefits of prescription versus over-the-counter hearing aids, dive into the myths surrounding box store hearing aids, and then talk about which options are best for you. First, we'll start with the most basic product, personal sound amplification products, or PSAPs. PSAPs are wearable electronic devices that help accentuate sounds in the environment. These are truly intended for people with normal hearing who have a desire to amplify sounds in certain situations like hunting or bird watching. These are not intended to compensate for hearing loss or be worn for full-time use like traditional hearing aids. These devices are not regulated by the FDA, and they typically run between $50 and $100 per pair. Over-the-counter hearing aids are devices that consumers can buy directly without visiting a hearing healthcare professional. These were approved by the FDA in October of 2022. Over-the-counter hearing aids are designed for individuals 18 years and older with a perceived mild to moderate hearing loss. This, quote, perceived loss is where things can get tricky. Research has shown that humans are very poor reporters on their hearing sensitivity and how much difficulty they're having. We don't know what we can't hear because we can't hear it. Because of this, many individuals have felt that over-the-counter hearing aids are not as helpful or beneficial as they should be. This is an audiogram. If you see a hearing healthcare professional, they will complete a hearing test and provide you with a document like this, plotting your hearing sensitivity by loudness and pitch. Across the top, we have low pitches to high pitches. Down the side, we have soft sounds to loud sounds. And this circled area, 25 to 55 decibels, is the range for a mild to moderate hearing sensitivity. If your hearing falls within this specific range, you are a candidate for an over-the-counter hearing aid. Individuals with hearing loss more significant than mild to moderate run the risk of being underamplified. Prescription hearing aids are wearable instruments or devices designed for, offered for the purpose of, or represented as aiding persons with or compensating for impaired hearing. These are regulated by the FDA as Class 1 or Class 2 medical devices. They are only available from licensed providers. An audiologist or hearing instrument specialist will complete a hearing test and then use that information to create a personalized fitting for each individual patient. These hearing aids are available for all ages, including pediatrics ages 0 to 18, and they can be fit for individuals with mild to profound hearing losses. This table takes all of the information from our past few slides and provides a side-by-side comparison of each product. First and foremost, I'd like to draw attention again to the age of fitting. The only appropriate option for a child with hearing loss is prescription hearing aids fit by a qualified audiologist. Underfit or inappropriately fit hearing aids can lead to speech and language delays. Second, I would like to discuss the national average cost. These numbers are not clinic or store specific, but averages provided through various sources. We will discuss this more towards the end of this presentation. Fitting assistance is something to strongly consider as you determine which option is right for you. Over-the-counter hearing aids are self-programmable. Lower-end devices often only have a volume dial to turn the device up and down. Higher end devices often have an app that you can download on a smartphone and complete a self-led hearing test that will attempt to provide a more personalized fitting. Prescription hearing aids are fully programmed, verified, and personalized by an audiologist. Verification of fitting is really important because this often is the tipping point for best outcomes with hearing aids. Verification is what ensures that your hearing aids are producing the appropriate amount of volume at each pitch. If you're not receiving the appropriate amount of volume, you don't have best access to all parts of the speech spectrum. Lastly is counseling and support. If you're choosing to take the OTC path, you need to be independent with a smartphone and confident in your personal troubleshooting abilities. If you don't feel confident in those two skills, you may want to create a partnership with an audiologist. We can help troubleshoot some of those trickier cell phone issues, as well as help navigate challenges related to sound quality and fit of the device. I've had several patients come to see me since the FDA approved over-the-counter hearing aids in October of 2022. They purchased OTC hearing aids, wore them for a while, and then decided that they needed a more personalized approach. Common concerns that have been reported are amplification without clarity, so sounds are louder but not necessarily clearer, lack of background noise filtering, fit issues such as over-the-counter hearing aids are too tight on the tops of their ears, or they get sores from the earpieces provided for inside the ear canal. Over-the-counter hearing aids take a one-size-fits-all fitting approach, and there are limited troubleshooting options that sometimes result in having to purchase a new set altogether. We're going to discuss some ways that prescription hearing aids are able to overcome the common concerns of over-the-counter. First, amplification without clarity. Often, people experience this challenge when they have a high-frequency hearing loss or age-related hearing loss called presbycusis. A prescriptive fit is able to better focus on high-frequency hearing loss while leaving low-frequency hearing unaffected. Additionally, there is technology that allows for sounds to be transposed into a region that can be heard by individuals with hearing loss that can't be aided at certain frequencies. Second, background noise filtering. Prescription hearing aids come in a variety of different technology levels that can allow for more support in situations with more background noise. Some have a set amount of noise removal, while others have active noise cancellation. These options can be discussed alongside the needs of your lifestyle and budget. Third, fit issues. Prescription hearing aids come with 4 or 5 different lengths of receivers depending on the manufacturer. There are often 9 or 10 different sizes and styles of domes, or the little rubber piece that goes in your ear. If domes are not an appropriate option, we can also make a custom earpiece called an ear mold. Fourth, one size fits all. Every hearing loss is unique. Prescription hearing aids have a variety of formulas and receiver strengths for a variety of hearing losses. With a variety of formulas, we're able to provide options to each patient on what sounds clearer or more natural. With hearing aid verification, we're able to ensure that hearing aids are programmed appropriately. And with prescriptive hearing aids being able to store 4 different programs, we're able to provide a variety of options for various situations. Fifth, limited troubleshooting options. This could mean troubleshooting broken parts or fit, or troubleshooting sound quality. Either way, we have plenty of options. We've talked about sound quality concerns already. For broken parts, clinics often keep stock replacement parts for quick in-house repairs, or if something needs to be sent out for repair, this can often be done free of charge through the hearing aid warranty. This slide covers my main concern about over-the-counter hearing aids: electroacoustic inadequacy. This is a fancy way of saying over-the-counter hearing aids may not produce enough sound. This image is what we call a speech map. Speech mapping is how audiologists ensure or verify that hearing aids are producing the right amount of gain at each pitch for each person's hearing loss. The bottom line on this image is dark blue. That is this person's hearing loss in their left ear. Above that, you see pink and green crosses and lines going through them. The crosses are what we call targets. Targets indicate how much volume this person needs. The lines going through the crosses are the actual gain coming from the hearing aid. There have been many instances where over-the-counter hearing aids don't provide enough gain for what a person truly needs to have the best outcomes for their hearing loss. More often than not, this is because a person doesn't truly have a mild to moderate hearing loss, and that's what over-the-counter devices are designed for. Next, we're going to talk about box store hearing aids. Box stores have a way of advertising their products, often listing all of the free stuff that you can get. For example, our local box store that sells hearing aids markets free hearing tests, free follow-up appointments, free hearing aid cleanings and checkups, free loss and damage coverage, and free warranty periods. That's a lot of free. Let's debunk some of that free stuff. Free hearing tests. Most box stores have an asterisk on free with the caveat that they will determine if a person needs hearing aids. This may mean that they stop testing using only air conduction. There are a few problems with this. First, that doesn't take a deep dive into speech understanding. And second, it may not truly diagnose what type of hearing loss you have. It's important to get a hearing test completed with air conduction, bone conduction, and word recognition. Additionally, annual hearing tests are covered through health insurance. Free follow-up appointments. Many clinics offer bundled services that include free visits for the warranty period of the hearing aid, and that's often the first 3 years. Free hearing aid cleanings and checkups. This follows the last point on the previous slide. Many clinics offer bundled services that include free visits for the warranty period of the hearing aid, which is often 3 years. And oftentimes, cleanings can also be provided on a walk-in basis. Free loss and damage. Most hearing aids come with a one-time loss replacement through the manufacturer. There may be a deductible or a small fee, but you will get a one-time loss replacement for both the right and left hearing aids individually. Free warranty period. The warranty period is provided by the manufacturer, again, often 3 years. This covers any number of repairs that are needed or parts that need to be replaced. These are a few additional points on box store hearing aids. Economy box store hearing aids are like high-end over-the-counter hearing aids that need to be programmed by a professional, whether that's an audiologist or a hearing aid dispenser. They often have very minimal support features like background noise filtering. They often have a very basic phone app that doesn't allow for a lot of patient control. There are often few channels for programming. These things often lead to poorer sound quality and minimal improvement in speech and background noise performance. Because of these things, box store hearing aids may not be supportive enough for individuals with poorer speech understanding. It's important to understand what bang you'll be getting for your buck before purchasing a box store hearing aid with high expectations for performance. So, what should you do? I want to ensure that you don't walk away from this presentation thinking that over-the-counter or box store hearing aids are bad, Because they're not. They definitely have their place. When deciding what you should do, you should think about these different points. First, look at your lifestyle. What types of spaces do you find yourself in? Do you go to frequent lunch meetings? If so, then you probably need a device with more background noise support. Are you retired and go out every now and again? You could probably succeed with a very basic hearing aid. Second, look at your budget. Are you on a fixed income? Perhaps you should see an audiologist to determine what your hearing loss is, and then consider over-the-counter versus an economy hearing aid, either through a box store or through an audiologist. Do you have extra spending money? Then maybe advanced or premium is worth the extra cost. Third, dive into your insurance benefits. More insurance plans are offering some coverage through third-party groups like True Hearing and Amplifone. These groups don't offer top-of-the-line hearing aids, but they ensure that you have a more affordable option if needed. Fourth, make sure that you have options for completing a hearing aid trial and/or options for returning hearing aids. Do not purchase any device without ensuring that you have the option to return them. Fifth, maintain realistic expectations. If you purchase an over-the-counter or economy device, don't expect perfection. Remember that they're entry-level devices and there are other options out there. Don't give up on your hearing health because of a bad experience. Thank you so much for joining us today. We hope you've enjoyed this session of our audiology series, and we hope to see you back on March 7th.